of the Lost, Part 3 Final. Sound. Deep, dark, cinematic drone. The sound of a heavy pounding heartbeat that slows down to a haunting silence. Welcome to the Phobia Files. This is the final chapter of the David case. When we tracked the metadata from that final text message, it didn't point to a cell tower. It pointed to a restricted zone deep within the Appalachian Mountains, a cave system sealed off by the government in the 1990s. My hands were shaking as we approached the entrance. I could feel a cold, unnatural pressure in the air. As we stepped inside, my flashlight beam cut through the darkness, and the sight stopped my heart. The cave wasn't filled with bones. It was filled with hundreds of rusted, ancient radios, all humming with static, even though they weren't plugged into anything. The smell of scorched plastic and stale dust was suffocating. I wanted to turn back, but something drew me toward a stone altar in the center of the room. There sat David's camera. It was still powered on, as if it had been waiting for us. I picked it up and the screen flickered to life. In the video, David was sitting among those radios. His eyes, they were empty, devoid of any humanity. His voice was cold, vibrating with a mechanical echo. He looked directly into the lens and whispered, "Asterisk, they don't take your life. They take your frequency. They need a voice to exist, and I have given them mine. Now, they are waiting for yours." Suddenly, the shadows on the cave walls began to detach. They weren't ghosts, they were shifting, distorted frequencies. They began to moan, a chorus of voices from people who had vanished decades ago. My flashlight flickered and died. I felt an invisible, ice-cold grip tightening around my throat, pulling me toward the static. We barely made it out alive, but I know for a fact that something followed us back. David didn't die. He became part of the loop. And if you go to that mountain today, you can still hear him in the wind, screaming for a way out. We are closing this file forever, but the frequency is still out there, hunting for a new host. If this